Hello witches, welcome back to the channel. This is Hekterios, and this is going to be our weekly tarot card reading for April 17th through the 21st, 2017. Now, we're heading towards the waning moon, or rather, we're heading towards the dark moon. The moon is waning this week. There's some retrogrades going on, Mercury retrograde, and I think there's 5 planets in retrograde total right now. And that energy is really just bringing a lot of murkiness. I'll say it like that. Not really in any one specific area of life, but just in general. A murkiness energy. So that is present. And we're heading towards the dark moon this week, so the moon's waning, and there's just this energy of kind of wanting to like break out or break through that murkiness. So that's what I'm feeling empathically. And let's see what the cards have to say. Now I align myself with the Most High God and the Holy Spirit, Hecate. Please communicate the truth to me through these cards, so that I may be guided for the highest good of all. Thank you, and so mote me. Please give us your divine guidance for this week, so that we can use these energies for our highest good, greatest success, and joy. Thank you, and so mote me. Okay. The first card that we have is the Hierophant, or the High Priest. So this card carries an energy of almost the status quo. Okay. This card carries an energy of the status quo and how that limits us, or how it can limit you. This is the energy of almost fear and intimidation. Or oppression. Like, this is the way things are. and any kind of attempts to change that bring this foreboding feeling or energy. Usually, you know, with this card's energy, it's like either another person, it could be you, or it could just be the atmosphere in general. I feel like it might be a mix of all three. And you just want to make sure that you're not letting yourself be oppressed or controlled in a negative way from just being yourself. You also want to make sure that you are not using this kind of intimidation to control others or anything like that. So, you know, that makes sense with this energy. The retrogrades and all that. And kind of it goes along with what I was saying about this energy of kind of just like wanting to break through or break free or break out of this murkiness energy. This is that murkiness energy. Kind of feels like it's keeping us weighed down. So definitely we need to break free of that. It's not good. The next card that we have is the Ace of Wands. So with this card's energy, it's kind of like a burst of either creativity or just a willpower. And as a follow-up card to the Hierophant, I feel like this card's telling us that it's by our own willpower that we're going to break through that energy. This is an energy in this particular spread. What I'm picking up is like this is an energy of fake it till you make it type, or not being forceful to break through this energy of the Hierophant, but more being like assertive and, you know, just making a focused effort to come through the other side of that energy, but without making it too aggressive and domineering. With that said, I feel like this card's energy will be applying inwardly in particular this week. Maybe there will be a shift of personal energy, a sense of inspiration may come in, or just hope, or, you know, in a more tangible sense, it could be like planning and very practical in that sense. So one more thing coming with this card is, even if you don't get that burst of energy this week, you know, what you can do is prepare yourself to receive it. So I know I always go back to the example of like your life is like a garden. You know, this week we may not be seeing anything sprouting or growing but it may more so be a week of preparing the soil to receive the seeds and be, nurturing and able to make them grow and sprout. So there may be just a lot of preparation and planning going on with this energy. And the final card that we have for this week is the Princess of Cups. And so this card is about getting back in touch with our dreams, our inspirations, our creativity, our creative outlets. If you're into any kind of crafts or artistic things, that's what this card's telling you to get back in touch with. Also your emotions. This might be telling you to start journaling or in some way expressing how you feel in order to get that out of you. Once again, since it's a follow-up to the Hierophant card, I'm gonna say maybe this is telling us to express the situation that we're in right now, whatever that may be, and also express our will, our desire to move past that. And that will help you to move past it just by expressing it. That is where this energy of the Ace of Wands was coming in. In a practical sense, it could mean planning. So not only are you talking about your situation, how you want to move past it, but by doing that, you can come up with a plan because it will become more clear in your mind. So I think that this week is a week for clarity. This is a week for sort of touching base with your, with the way that you feel about things, with situations and relationships, and how they affect you personally, for good or for ill, and what you can do to, make that situation better, or that relationship better, or whatever it is. And ultimately, I feel like this is a week for figuring things out. This is a week for figuring out your solutions to certain things. That's actually what retrogrades are about. Come to think of it, they are about putting a lot more introspection and focus on different areas of our life. So look up the retrogrades that are ongoing right now and see exactly which planets are retrograde and what those planets rule, and also what sign they are in and what the signs rule over, and you'll get much more insight into this reading in particular. But this week is about really just kind of focusing in on what needs to be changed and fixed, and what is going well versus what isn't, and how you can bring in more balance in those areas. And I feel like this is preparing us for the dark moon coming up on the 26th. That'll be when we actually make the physical parts of all the planning that we do this week. So that's the reading for this week, you guys. It kind of looks a little bit solemn and somber and serious, but at the same time there is this creative energy coming in, so kind of use that to regain a little bit of your inspiration and drive. Okay, I hope that you have a lovely week despite this, and use the advice from the cards how they fit for you. Hail to the witches and blessed be. Thanks for watching.